Okay. So thank you so much for being here in this webinar. It will take like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or maybe less. We will talk about the new change in the content of the PMP. Okay. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Nasser. I think if you deal with me before, so you know me. If this is the first time, so I am a mechanical engineer, 2004, and I am authorized the training partner with PMP and have some professional certificates in the project management and the quality management, agile management, like this. Okay. Let's jump to the lecture. As you know, in the previous edition, if you took the course with me recently, we were talking about this triangle. You remember this one? This one, yes. We said that we have 3 competence. As a project manager, you need to be strong in 3 areas. Yes. The first one is the ways of working, أو طرق العمل, or the process. Okay, which means, you remember, the schedule. Do you have the ability as a project manager to make project schedule? Yes or no? Do you have the ability to break down the work and create the WBS? Yes or no? The budget, risk, procurement? Yes or no? تقدر تعمل كل الكلام ده ولا لا كمدير مشروع as a project manager? This is a way of working, and or you can name it as process. And here's the question: how many chapters we studied before according to these ways of working? You remember we had in the past, now became past, we have 5 chapters. 5 chapters. You remember? Chapter 1, starting the project. Chapter 2, planning the work. Okay. Chapter 3, doing the work. Or let's say chapter 1, building the team. Chapter 2, starting the project. Chapter 3, doing the work. Chapter 4, keeping the team on track. Chapter 5, keeping the business in mind. Okay. دول ال5 chapters. Those are the 5 chapters that we have discussed. You remember? Process or ways of working, we have chapter 2 and chapter 3. Planning or starting the project, in which we discussed how to plan the work, and chapter 3, doing the work, which is execution part. Okay. Okay, so we have chapter 2 and chapter 3, and then the second one, the second line in the triangle, الضلع الثاني في المثلث, is the power skills. Power skills means what? Do you remember? People management or leadership. Yes. So you can remove this and put your leadership. You need to be a good leader so that you can handle and arrange and work with the people of the project, with the stakeholders. Yes. And in this part, the people, we have again 2 chapters. 2 chapters. Chapter 1, building the team. Okay. Or having high competence team. And chapter 4, keeping the team on track. Nice. And then the last one, the last line, the business acumen. And business acumen here refers to the business environment, the strategy. اللي هو تبقى عندك الخبرة وتبقى ملم بالأمور. To be aware of what's going on. This is the third line. And in this third line, we had chapter 5, which was keeping the business in mind. So now we have 5 chapters. We were studying those chapters. You need to study hard, all of that. What happened? Okay, if you studied with me, the PMP, you remember, if you studied with me in the course, in our course, I said PMI gives us 5 chapters, and I added 1 more chapter, which is chapter 0. Do you remember that? Chapter 0 اللي احنا حطيناه في الكورس وقلنا ان هو البداية, الفاندامنتالز. We said that It was the fundamental chapter, the basic chapter. Okay. And in the chapter, we said explain the project management. We said some the difference between the waterfall and agile, all of that. Okay. So me, I made it 6 chapters, 5 chapters from the PMI, and chapter 0. And chapter 0 still on Nasergy, chapter 0. Okay. Like, what happened بقى? Dun, dun, dun. This is the surprise. Okay. What happened that PMI changed the chapters to be 6 chapters. To be 6 chapters, not 5 chapters. Okay. What are those chapters? Number 1, they took chapter 5, which was business environment or keeping the business in mind. They moved it from chapter 5 to be chapter 1. Okay. And added in this chapter 1 the basics and the fundamentals that I already gave it to you. Okay. So I need to write somewhere. So let me write on the. Okay, I can't write. So what happened is chapter 5 and chapter 0, my chapter 0 became chapter 1. Okay, and under the name of business environment, which has the fundamentals, the description of the project management, the waterfall and agile approach, all of that. Nice. And then move to the ways of working, the process, and we have chapter 2, which is starting the project. Starting the project. And in this chapter, the summary of this chapter, talking about 2 ideas. 2 ideas. You already know it. You know from now, I tell you, you know everything in this chapter, in this change. You are not, you don't need to restudy again. Okay? But just I'm telling you here to make some orientation. Okay, to be honest and to be accurate, PMI added new content in this course. Yes, somehow. Okay, somehow. But this content will not have major impact on you in the exam. But actually, the new orientation of the chapters became very nice, because simply it became more logic oriented. Okay. So if you look at the any project, okay, when you start any project, what you start with? بتبدأ بإيه المشروع? I start with having the main ideas, the main foundation for me as a project manager. Okay, this is chapter 1. What next? What next? Okay, I receive the contract and I start the project. Okay, this is chapter 2, starting the project. What should you do in this chapter, in this starting the project? When I start the project, I should create the charter, project charter, know the vision of the project, and identify the people who will work with me. This is chapter 1, chapter 2, starting the project. So starting the project, you will make 2 points, mainly creating the project charter and identifying the stakeholders. That's fine. What next? After that, I start with chapter 3. What is the content of chapter 3? Planning the project. Let's plan our work. What should you do in this planning? You plan the scope, you plan the schedule, you plan the cost, you plan the risk, you plan. You got it? So this is chapter 3. Your plan is approved? Okay, yes, that's fine. What next? Then I will take you from chapter 3, which is process, in the people chapter, power skills. What should you do after the planning? You should answer me. What should we do after the planning? Yes, execution. We do the work. But here's the point. As per the PMP, it's logic that you as a project manager, you don't do the work by yourself. انت مش بتعمل الشغل بايدك. But your team should do the work. Yeah. So I'm free in the execution? No, no. In the execution, you should lead the team. You got it? So step number 4, execution. Where's execution? Nothing in the PMP here called execution directly. Yes, because in chapter 4, the people are doing the work and you should lead them. عشان كده chapter 4 التنفيذ بتاع المشروع. The execution of the project. You got it? Nice. That's great. What next? Why, you remember again, while you do the execution, what should you do again in parallel? You remember? What should we do in parallel to the execution? Monitoring and controlling the work. التحكم في المشروع. Yes, because your team is doing the work, but your team has some conflicts or delays or violation, you know. Your project is over budget. You are behind the schedule. Some people, the customer is making scope creep, or the customer has changes. All of this work you should control. So you do so, you make this control in chapter 5. Support the team performance. Okay. Support the team performance. Nice. So we are now in the monitoring and controlling. We are done. The work is done. The project work is done. So are we done? No. Management wise, you should close the project, management point of view. So you come back to process, ways of working, to do chapter 6, which is closing the project work or closing the phase of the project. Nice. So in summary, previously we have we had 5 chapters. Okay. 5 chapters are almost the same, but with some changes. So chapter 1 became the fundamentals. Chapter 2 became chapter 1, starting the project. Okay. And then chapter 3, planning the work, which was chapter 2 in the past. Chapter 3, plan the work. Chapter 4, doing the work or lead the team. Doing the work is not your job, Mr. Project Manager, but let's make it the team work and you lead the team. All right. And then chapter 5, support the team performance. And lastly, you move to chapter 6 to close the project work. This is in summary the summary of the chapters. Also, the PMI in this part added new lessons. But the content of the exam is the same. You see here, the power skills of our people is 42%. Ways of working, 50% of the exam or people, and business acumen is 8%. But instead of having 5 chapters, we have 6 chapters. So here, business acumen, it's 1 chapter, the same. Power skills or people, 2 chapters, the same. But ways of working or people, in the past, we have 2 chapters, starting the project and doing the work. But now we have 3 chapters, starting the project, plan the project, and close the project. Nice. Let's go in this helicopter view, like this drone, to tell you how you can find the lessons of the chapters. So we have, again, instead of having 5 chapters, we have 6 chapters. Okay, let's go deeply inside these chapters to see the content. So you see here, chapter 1, business environment. What is the content? We have 6 lessons. So in this chapter, we have 6 lessons. Lesson 1 is a foundation, some definitions. Lesson 2, the strategic alignment to the organization objective. Then project benefit and value. You should know what is the value of the project and focus on delivering value. Chapter 4, the different types of the organization, or lesson 4. Lesson 5, the governance, like having a common structure for the project and common procedures for the projects in your organization. And chapter 6, the compliance. Chapter 6 is the compliance. How to comply with the regulation and legal requirements. This is chapter 1. Business environment, like basics you need to know. Then chapter 2, starting the project. Chapter 2, starting the project. Here we will focus on identify and engage the stakeholders, getting the people of the work, the stakeholders, form the team, building the team, build the shared understanding by having the project charter and related documents you create for in the beginning of the work, and then selecting the project approach. Okay. Then chapter 3. Chapter 3, it has 8 lessons. And you see here, first it's an introduction about planning the projects, and then some items: scope, then schedule, then resources, then budget. And you remember in my course, I told you the PMI was saying like this: plan scope, plan budget, and then plan schedule. And I was saying this is not logic. Not logic to plan the scope and then jump to the budget, and then after the budget I make the schedule. Practical wise, as experience, not logic. So in this edition they change it, alhamdulillah. Okay, they make the scope, after scope schedule, after schedule resources, after resources budget. What should we do after budget? We need to make the risk. So they took the risk from the previous chapter, which was in chapter 3. They put it here in the planning stage. Okay. And after that, quality, and then you need to integrate the plans together. It seems very nice because it's logical. Okay. Of course, I'm recording the new course now. If we will publish it soon, inshallah, and it will be very brief, like crash course. If you need to join it. Very crash course, very brief, just to give you on the new orientation. But it's not ready actually till now. So chapter 1, one word, tell me one word, foundation. Chapter 2, tell me one word, or tell me, the summary, the vision, having the team and the stakeholders, selecting the approach. Chapter 3, planning the project, and then putting these plans into the integration. After that, you move to chapter 4, lead the team. Lead the team. Execution. You see here, what is the leadership style? Collaboration and making the good environment, being a servant leader, empower the team, support the team, communicate with the stakeholders, training, coaching, manage conflict, the same, what we have studied, but they put it in the proper place. And the execution, you will do all of that, not in chapter 1 like the previous. It should be in the execution, and they put it here. Nice. So chapter 4, lead the team, executing the work, and be a good leader. Nice. Chapter 5, support the team performance in the monitoring and controlling. So implement the ongoing improvement, continuous improvement, support the performance, evaluate the progress, manage the issues and impediments, and manage the project changes. The summary, monitor and controlling the work. Bardo, you will monitor and control the work by your team. And then lastly, you have chapter 5, close the project, make sure that you have benefit realization. This is a new lesson. And transfer the knowledge, closing the project. This is the summary of these chapters. Okay, So I make it in very very brief, and the new adding things here also in this new orientation of the PMP, that in each lesson, and this is very nice actually, in each lesson they made um, the description and explanation in the waterfall and the agile, which means, for example, in the planning, how to plan the schedule in the waterfall and how to plan the schedule in the agile, and explain both. يعني بيشرح لك تعمل ده ازاي وتعمل ده ازاي في الاثنين. تمام. How to manage the people in the waterfall and how to manage the people in the agile. How to control the work in the waterfall and how to control the work in the agile, like this. So it's very nice actually. So يعني this is in a very quick summary. And as per the asked question to me from the previous friends and people who attended the course with me, do we need to rejoin the full course again? No, no need. Is the current study that we took enough for us? Yes. Any changes for the exam? No. Okay. But is it better to attend a quick revision just for knowledge? Yes. Yes. Okay. It's very important. But once I'm ready, I will tell you about this one. And also about the ECO, exam content outline. It is almost the same, except only one. Okay, to be honest, they removed the three ECO, exam content outline. They removed the 3 elements and added 2 elements. This I can share it with you. Okay, that's it. So anyhow, I hope I added quick benefit to you in this minutes. I will work in the coming days, inshallah, to make. Of course, I'm making a complete course for the people who will join with me in the future, inshallah. But if you attended with me before, I will keep updating you with the new questions. New ideas if we have. But the exam content is the same. Don't worry. No need to take the course again. But if you are interested to take this quick course when it will be ready, maybe in a couple of weeks, I will share it with you, inshallah. And that's it. Okay. Thank you so much. Just to keep you updated. And whenever I have any new ideas or new questions received from the PMI, I will make similar webinars regularly to share it with you. So that's it. Thank you so much. And if you have any question, please ask me. Any questions?
يعطيك العافية أستاذ محمد.
الله يخليك يا شو تسلم.
لو سمحت هلأ بالكورس الجديد اللي أنت عم تعمله، ممكن نعرف بأي chapter صرتوا أو هيك، أو لو منكمل معك بنحضرهم تتوضح معنا الصورة أكتر بالنسبة للتغييرات اللي صارت هلا، مو أفضل؟
لا طبعا، لو أنت حابة if you would like to هجاوب بالإنجليزي عشان لو حد. Okay. She was asking, is it better to attend the course from the beginning or to wait for this small course? If you have time and if you would like to attend, yes, I will start a new course on 24th, next Saturday. Next Saturday, Saturday and Tuesday, I'm starting a new course. If you would like to join. Of course, it will be with less amount of money. If you'd like to join the full course, yeah, of course, you are fully welcome. If you would like to wait for this quick and crash course, like quick revision of each chapter, this I'm working on it, and once it will be ready, I will update you, inshallah. So we have 2 options. I mean, we have 2 options. If you would like to complete, that's fine. I mean, if you will move on with your previous course, you are fine. Okay, you can take the 4 exams on my Nasergy platform, blogs, on my website blogs. you will find the free exams. You can take these free exams and you are fine to go. Okay. Okay. Um, Tej asking, can you make these changes in PDF? Yeah, yeah. The changes of the ACO, I will make it and send it. But the change in the course itself, it's difficult because it's matter of like the spaghetti. It is the same dish, but they make it like this. But actually, the new orientation is better. I love it. Um, but I will do my best to make it easier, inshallah, in the future, بإذن الله. Okay. Okay. Any more clarification? And even from now on, if you will, inshallah, continue your study plan, I promise that every Tuesday, but Tuesday I will have a lecture. Okay, we will select a date weekly to make this webinar. It will continue, inshallah. Maybe the date will different because Tuesday I have a class next Tuesday. But we will find another day to keep this webinar running every week to give you a lot of questions and practice, inshallah. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much for your coming, and see you, inshallah, in the future with more and more questions. Khulud, do you have a question?
No, thank you. It's fun.
Hello. Okay. Okay. Karim.
أستاذ محمد ازيك؟
اهلا حبيبي. الله يخليك.
كنت بسألك على الامتحانات هتتأثر بالنيو كونتنتس دي ولا هتبقى زي ما هي؟
لا لا لا، الامتحانات زي ما هي. الامتحانات زي ما هي. بس الحاجة the only thing the exam will be the same. The only thing that I would like to highlight that the previous ECO means exam content outline, يعني list of items. The questions will be around them. These are the same, but they removed the 3 items and added 2 items. This I will share it with you. But the exams are totally the same because the same content, almost. But they just rearrange it.
تمام شكرا.
حبيبي. Okay. Nice. Thank you so much. Please work hard. If you have any question, if you have anything, ask me. And my target actually is to help you because I got my PMP and it was very nice. So I want you also to be having the same feeling, So keep working. PMP is very nice, not tough. Don't study long hours. Don't consume long hours. Just catch the main ideas and solve questions. That's it. That's it. Okay. If you need any help in the study plan, just let's be together and soon, inshallah, will be certified. Okay. Thank you so much and see you. I will tell you when we'll meet in the next week, inshallah. Okay. So, shukran wa assalamu alaikum.